What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode number 15 of the Twisted League series. At the end of the last one, I got my whip after a total kill count of 247, which I did forget to mention at the end of the last video. I did also get a hard clue scroll from them during that grind, so that's going to be the first thing we're doing. Alright, this is hard clue number 6, I believe. Hopefully eventually I get something I need from one of these. I'm trying my best to alternate which trees I get farming levels on. I could have gotten it on the dragon fruit tree again, but I'm just getting it on this Celastris tree. There is level 94 farming and 5 million XP away from 99. I seem to be like consistently getting 1.5 mil per day, so that's really not going to take too much longer. If you guys remember from the last video, I went to try to get an Abbey Demon task before killing them, and it ended up with these sulfur lizards. There's a pretty decent amount of people here. Luckily, there are a lot of spawns. I've never killed these things before. They're only level 50, so it's pretty much just an AFK task. Now that I have this whip now, we're going to be flying through levels. I'm going to start off with training attack. I'll probably go like 80 attack, 80 defense, 90 attack, and 90 defense, just going back and forth between them. So that turned out to be a really quick task. I got 2 attack levels from it, and I got another brimstone key as well. And it looks like I got a ton of iron ore from that one. Next task, 107 fire giants. There's level 75 attack. So this whip with Konar's Blessing, man, I thought the rune Simi with Konar's Blessing was OP. I'm hitting like constant 40s with this thing. Like it kind of feels like I have Barrow's Gloves, Piety, a Black Mask, and a Fury, and I have none of those. That's how crazy this relic is. So my max hit that I've seen so far is 43. I've been doing this for like 20 minutes, so I figure I would have hit my max hit by now, so I don't think I can hit 44s. There's a fire giant task completed. One more task too until I get another point bonus. Up to 77 attack, almost level 78. Here's a new task I haven't had before, 86 black demons. Normally I would skip these, but I think it might be pretty good XP per hour. I have like 90 points, so if they're not good, I can just come back and skip them, but I do have a feeling it's gonna be pretty good. Most people probably don't do the task too, so I don't expect there to be many people there. I do want to take a quick break from Slayer really quick and just do something else. So I have a ton of ore in my bank. I'm gonna go into it really quick. So I'm going to be making all the gold ore, I'm going to be making all the silver ore, probably making those into tiaras too. Level 70 smithing, 200,000 smithing XP gained so far. I did also get crafting from 86 to 87. So pretty much what I'm doing right now is just making all of my iron bars. I got a ton of iron so far from the brimstone chest. Overall, when I'm done smithing all of this, it's going to be like 1,500 total. And I have a bunch of cosmic runes from Slayer, so I can make my rings of forging now. Once I get all these into bars, there's a new anvil I'm going to be using that I'm trying out. Apparently it's supposed to be closer than the one I have been using. I did some quick math just to see if this would be worth it, and I'm able to make around 1,000 bars per hour, and smithing those goes really quick, so it's overall going to be really nice. So with all these iron bars made, I have 1,500. I gained 517k smithing XP from that, and I am at level 73. I'm getting a lot more XP from this than I originally thought. I was calculating it wrong. I thought I was going to get 750k total. From making all of these into plate bodies, it's another 750k XP. So as for the new Anvil Spawn I was mentioning before, thank you to a lot of people in the comments that mentioned this to me. I didn't actually know that you could run like this way. I thought you had to run all the way around. So the closest anvil in Twisted League is actually right here. What you do is you go to this bank right here in the blast mine, and then you just have to run down here along the edge, and you're at this anvil. So that's what I'm going to be doing for my 1,500 bars. I'm just going to be making iron plate bodies. I will show you guys the XP drops from those because they're going to be pretty massive. Each plate body is going to be 2,500 XP. It is going to take a few inventories to get done with this, but having the bank so close now and having infinite run, it won't take too long. So that's going to close out the end of my bars. I got up to level 79 smithing, also a 2050 total. So I gained almost 1.3 million XP from just the irons. I wasn't even going to use the iron. I didn't think it was worth it. This took me a little bit over 2.5 hours, so it's still over 500k XP per hour making all of those bars and then turning them into the plate bodies. So now when I get iron ore from the brimstone chests, I know it's actually a really good drop. So my goal is going to be to use up a bunch of my supplies now. I have a pretty nice herb lore tab. I don't want to show that quite yet. There's one more thing I want to do first. I want to go for maybe like level 80 mining. It's going to depend on how many people are at the iron ores and if I can power mine them or not. Because at level 65 in here, you can mine Lovakite. I don't want to talk about that method yet for smithing, but that's how I'm going to be getting to level 99. So I want to get a decent enough level over that so I can mine them quicker. So I'm going to be power mining iron from 66 to 80. So one thing that sucks about this is I have 3 times harvesters. So I'm going to be getting 3 iron ore every time I do this. Meaning I have 2 options. I can either drop my entire inventory or I can run up to the bank over here and bank them. I don't know if it's going to be worth making them because of the method I have in the future to do smithing. So I'm going to try an hour of this, just dropping all the ores in my inventory. Hopefully it'll be good. I'm starting out at 66 mining. I've only been doing this for 8 minutes, and I already thought of a method that might be helpful to you guys that want to do this. I was trying to think of a way where I wouldn't have to drop my entire inventory, and obviously, as I've shown, every time I mine one of these, I get 3 ores. So I thought to myself, what's the best way to do this? So what I'm going to be doing here is leaving 7 spots in my inventory, and then I'm going to be mining all 3 of the rocks. So on these first 2, you'll see I still have 1 inventory space left, and that means if I mine the 3rd rock, the other 2 get dropped to the floor. It's kind of like with what I did when I was tick fishing. I left 1 space open in my inventory, and when I caught a fish, the other 2 dropped to the floor. So the method for this is going to be mine all 3 rocks, and you guys will see that in a second. And once I reach the 3rd rock, I'm going to click back to the one that's going to respawn, and I'm going to quickly drop 7 in my inventory. And that way, by the time the rock respawns, I can already mine it, so I'm not missing any time mining here. And the way I set up my camera angle is so I have to move less space between the rocks in my inventory. This is going to get pretty click intensive, but it's the best way for the best XP per hour that I can think of. So hope you guys found this helpful. I'm going to continue mining here. We are up to level 68 already. All right, another update here. It's been a little over 30 minutes of testing it so far, and it's looking like this is going to be around 510k XP per hour. Since I am going for level 80, I need about 1.1 million more XP, so this is going to take about 2 hours. Another thing I wanted to add with the method I showed you guys before, I said that once you get to the 3rd one, before you drop your stuff to click on the ore before it respawns, you don't actually have to do that. Like once you reach the 3rd rock, you can just drop everything in your inventory. Like the whole turn you have to do to mine the next rock, it doesn't save any time. It's still the same amount of time to mine it, so it just saves 1 click. Currently level 71 mining though. I will see you guys again in 2 hours. All right, there's 80 mining. I'm beyond happy that's over with. That amount of clicking gets old really fast. I do still have 300 dynamite left over from doing winter Todd, so in the future, I'll probably go and use that first before I start mining Lovakite. So I have a few more supplies that I want to use up, but I'm going to head back over to the farming guild and I'll talk more about it when I'm over there. Okay, so I have all 3 of these trees grown and I can't pass up the opportunity to show you guys this. So I'm going to check health on all 3 of these at the same time. So there's the spirit tree for level 95 farming, and now this Elastrus tree for another crazy XP drop. And finally, the dragon fruit trees. So 510,000 farming XP gained just then. So I'm already midway to 96. You guys might remember from one of the first videos of the series, I mentioned anytime I have to do something that involves like a bank standing seal, like crafting, I'll be doing that in the farming guild. So while I'm doing it, I can do herb runs and tree runs and just all the allotment patches. So next up, I'm going to be cutting all the gems that I have, the vast majority being the rubies from the brimstone chest. Other than those, I don't have too many other gems. I'm not going to be like using them with bars or anything. I'll probably save the rest of these to make bolts for Hydra. Overall, cutting them is going to be like 450k XP, which will get me another crafting level. Okay, there's the crafting level I wanted to get. I still have like 30 or 40 rubies left to cut, but the next skill I'm going to be working on is herb lore. Now, I haven't shown this tab to you guys for a really long time, but it's pretty sick so far. The top 4 seeds are the best ones, and those are Lantidime, Cadentine, Avanto, and Irits. And you'll see all the secondaries under those 2, and that's just from like between Slayer tasks coming up to the farming guild and picking all of them. Without a doubt though, the 2 best herbs in Twisted League are the Lantidime and the Cadentine, because the secondaries are incredibly easy to get and they give the most XP. Something crazy to note here is that I have 166 Irit seeds, which alone are 10.5 million Herbler XP at minimum, meaning if I farmed all of these Irits and just ignored all the other seeds, it would be enough to get me to 99. So if I had to guess, like XP wise, I probably almost have 25 mil Herbler XP banked. Looking at this at first glance, the herbs don't seem like too much XP since all of them are like under 150, but trust me, with 20 times XP, it's a lot. I reset my Herbler tracker so you guys can see how much XP I get from making these potions, but I am starting out at 78 Herbler. Real quick, just to show why I say the Lantidime are the best, here's the XP drops you get per potion. There's the Lantidimes finished with, and I've already gained almost 900,000 XP, and I'm up to level 83. So there it is, every possible potion I can make in my bank. I have 0 herbs left, and it got me up to level 88 herb lore, halfway to 89, 2.8 million XP gained. Looking at my levels now, I noticed that prayer is my only skill under level 70, and I still have the 10 ensouled Abbey Demon Heads in my bank from when I went for my whip. I also have like 20 Dragon Bones and a few ensouled Giant Heads, so I'm gonna go and use those really quick just to get base 70s. So the heads got me 3 more prayer levels, and that got me to level 72. Now also, if you look in my chat, you'll see I got the base level 70s, which is 100 more league points. Pretty soon here, I'll be base 80s as well, apart from prayer and smithing. So now I'm just going to be heading back to Slayer and pretty much going for 99. I don't think there's any more detours I need to make. I am going to be ending the video here. I'll show you guys my stats on the screen. As you can tell by the title of the video, I did make it into the top 100 now. I'm at rank 93. Should be able to hit top page in the next 4 to 5 days. It really depends on how good of Slayer tasks I get. And also, I think I'm going to set my goal to 2100 total today. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's getting to that point again where uploading every day is going to be really hard. I think I've uploaded like 6 days in a row, so I'm going to try my best to get the next video out tomorrow. If not, it'll be out in 2 days. I don't really have a set goal for next one. I'd say get to Hydras, but there's no way I'm getting 85 to 95 Slayer in a day. But yeah, thank you guys as always, and I'll see you in the next video.